How's your day going aside from answering the same questions over and over and over again about yourself and star people?
You know what, Darren? It's going pretty well, and I've been lucky so far. A lot of different questions, a lot of different angles of interest. So we'll keep it going here.
Okay. Continuing with that theme right there. When I spoke to Kat, they said that the character played by Kat is actually the most similar of any role that Kat has ever played. What about
Mm.
for you with Taylor?
Oh man, I mean, I think that there's I think that my probably the most similar aspect of Taylor is twofold. I think that
Mhm.
Taylor, of any character I've ever played, is the one who struggles the most to feel like he's understood. And I can think of no greater fear of my own in real life than not feeling understood. And luckily, I have not had the same struggles that Taylor has had to feel understood. Um, but there's something really visceral about feeling like you're just hitting your head against a wall and not feeling seen or heard. And I think that secondarily to that, I have lived very close to addiction in my own life, and I have experienced addiction in my own life, and the opportunity to walk through an experience of addiction with Taylor
Mhm.
really gave me a lot of chances to explore things about myself that I either hadn't already unpacked or didn't know I needed to unpack, and to do that um, within the confines of a story like Star People, and with a director like Adam with such a great background in
Mhm.
understanding addiction treatment and things like that was really freeing and really wonderful.
So if this is a rude question, you stop me, we cut it out, etc. But when you're treating addiction, usually you have to find a new thing to obsess over to become your passion. In your case, was that photography? Because amazing Instagram that you have as a photographer.
You know what? I think for me, it's a case of, and first of all, thank you. It's a case of it takes a village of different things to keep my mind occupied, and photography has absolutely become a new fixation for me,
Hmm.
um, and has really been a wonderful outlet. And I think being active and running and getting into the gym has been another way, and um, writing has been another way, and just a whole bevy of different options that I've found to really give me some support in that realm. But yeah, photography is chief among them for sure.
And we see photos that you took. It looks like it's of Fenway on there. And
Yeah.
then you played Jimmy Buss. So in other words, you have a couple of sports ties. Is that by coincidence or were you a sports guy the whole time?
No, I've been a massive baseball fan specifically my entire life. I grew up in a household that demanded Boston sports fandom, so I'm a massive Red Sox, Patriots, Celtics, Bruins fan, and so it's no accident that I'm taking lots of photos of sports. Played baseball growing up, and still love it.
But you don't have the stereotypical accent. Did you have to lose that? Or are you really a 508 person?
No, I am a 310 person. I'm a
Oh,
Los Angeles native, but no, I actually I only grew up hearing stories of grandparents and great uncles who had to go to elocution lessons to get rid of their Boston accents. It was so bad. So I missed that bullet.
there you go. So Star People is the new project to us. For you, it's not the new project necessarily. Are we allowed to know what's next, or do we just have to wait for Hollywood Reporter embargoes to lift?
You're gonna have to wait a little bit. I will make sure that you're one of the first people to know when it's ready to be revealed.
Well, stupid question here. The first name that you have, until you, never heard that as a first name for anyone, but it reminds me of Die Hard when you keep hearing McLean, that kind of thing. Has that ever come up in your life? And it's totally normal if the answer is no.
That specifically has come up a couple times,
Oh,
but I do get a lot that it doesn't make sense as a first name to be McCabe, and it's true. And in fact, the place it comes from is it's my grandmother's maiden name, so it was and should have been a last name the whole time, and then they decided to stick it in front. But a lot of yearbooks get confused, so there's no shame in any of it.
So that's probably the third reference to family lineage being an important thing. So
Sure.
when I ask you about hobbies, it sounds like acting, gym, sports, photography, family lineage. What
Yeah.
else am I missing? Do you go to a lot of gigs? Will you be at Kat's next gig in LA?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, that's the wonderful thing about photography is you get to sort of be on the fly on the wall wherever you want. So I had the opportunity to go see Kat perform down in, where was it? It was like Anaheim or something,
Oh,
last year, and took some photos down there. And any chance I get to go see Kat perform, I love to do it.
so do you usually go into the photo pit at concerts? You get credentialed and all that stuff?
No, actually, I prefer to get a little bit out. I either try to get there early and sort of be in the crowd, or try to stay much further back and get a good perspective shot. I love what the chances that I've gotten to get credentialed have been really fun, but um, I always worry that I'm just taking the same photo that everybody else is, kind of that sort of thing. So I prefer to, if I'm going to go to a concert, I get there 3 hours early. I'm right on the rail.
Well, if you ever want to get on the credential stuff, have your people reach out to my people, and I'll show a secret link or two. But
Good
the
deal.
last question I have, because it's this multifaceted career of yours, what is the best way to actually track you? I ask that not so you just go, my Instagram is this, but you find that some actors want to be that personality and they want you to follow. And then there's others who just go, watch my projects, and that's all you get of me. The family and friends really get everything.
Sure. I mean, I think it's twofold. If you, I've got, as you know, I've got two main Instagrams. One's photography and one's personal. And ironically, the personal is probably mostly just film work, and it's going to be more about what's coming out. And the photography will give you a better glimpse into what I'm doing outside of the film work. So I'd say, not to be cliche, but you follow me on Instagram, and those will be the two best ways to sort out where I am and what I'm doing.
So
Um,
it's not a TikTok, it's not a YouTube. The gram is still the way.
the gram is still the way. I'm not TikTok is going back to addiction. TikTok got a little dicey, so I had to stay away from that. If there's any other place to find me, it might be there's an app called Belly, which is a restaurant ranking app,
Yes.
and that's I've become fascinated with that. So follow me on Belly as well. That's a good one.
Belly comes up that my sister always brings that up at the family outings. Are we allowed to follow you, or we just have to, guess what you
Absolutely.
are on there? Oh, what?
Send me a request. I think it's still just at McCabe Slye, and I'll and come find me and see where I'm frequenting, and come say hi.
Well, congrats on Star People. I'm really looking forward to what's to come, McCabe.
I appreciate it, Darren. Good to meet you.
Paltrocast.